4th Annual Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft, who salutes the back-to-back NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls, taking the country by storm. By the Chicago Tribune, proud to be a charter sponsor of Shoot the Bull. Get the game. Pick up a daily Chicago Tribune. By the #1 soft drink in the universe and the best basketball team on the planet, Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the real thing. By Sport Mart, with the best selection of basketball merchandise at everyday low prices. You'll find what you're looking for at Sport Mart. By Pizza Hut. All over Chicagoland, people call the same number for Pizza Hut delivery, 923-7676. And LA Gear and Sport Mart know you can play the game. But can you shoot the bull? Get into Sport Mart and get in gear. The new LA Gear.
A pleasant good day and welcome to Grant Park in Chicago for the 4th Annual Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. And again, along with the big redhead I am, Tom Dorr, and Red, we talk about what a great event this is, but this thing just gets better every year.
Boy, this thing is huge. It's the biggest event, I think, in the United States. And Tommy Dorr and I are not going to wander any further than center court. We're going to bring you as much action as we can, and there is plenty of action here today.
Oh, there really is. We've got the pop-a shot. We've got the three-point shootout. The slam dunk competition. With the kids slam dunk, you're going to love that. There's no question about it. And Red's a new event that we're going to cover this year.
That's right. Not only will we bring you the finals of the men's 3-on-3, but also bring you the finals of the women's 3-on-3, a new event, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
We're anxious to bring it all to you. And I tell you what, as Red said, we're going to be right here. But this event is so large. There are so many teams and so many great stories. Julie Judelson has joined us and files this report.
Tom and John, thanks a lot. I'm here at the seating tent, and I will tell you, you guys are absolutely right. This thing is huge. There are 8,000 competitors. There's 2,100 teams. Now, here's how it works. You have 13 classifications, 130 divisions. There, for example, there are men, there are women, there are teens. There's even an over 50 age group. So you will not see a top-notch college or high school player facing a beginner. What you will see are all the highlights from the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic when we return.
A Chicago Tribune classified ad allows you to buy or sell nearly anything within your community or all of Chicagoland. To sell your litter in Libertyville, buy the North Suburban Classified by calling 222-2222. To sell your car in Carpentersville, your lawnmower in Lisle, your boat in Burnham, or your condo in Chicago, call 222-2222. It costs less than any other newspaper. To sell in any or all classified zones, call the newspaper that gives you a choice. The Chicago Tribune, 222-2222.
In the world of luxury automobiles, you expect aerodynamic styling. A beautifully crafted, leather-trimmed interior, the uncompromising safety of driver's and passenger side airbags, and the superior performance of a 24-valve engine. You just don't expect it to be so affordable. The Acura Luxury Lease Program. It's more than a lease. It's a legend.
And welcome back to Grant Park. And Red, one of the great events that the 3-on-3 is involved with every year is this clinic on Sunday. Of course, yesterday John Paxson was out here. I saw Will Perdue. Today, Craig Hodges here to instruct the youngsters on how to play great basketball.
Now, I want everybody, both on the court and in the stands, to put their hand in this position. All right? Put your hand in your shooting position. Okay? Now, this is the position that you want your ball to be in. The ball is not on the palm of my hand, it's on my fingertip. All right? Now, when I'm getting ready to shoot the ball, I want everything square at the basket. So you have my feet are balanced and they're facing the basket. My shoulders are facing the basket. The ball is on my fingertip. All right? So when you shoot the ball, make sure that you leave your follow through at the basket until the ball either goes through the rim or bounces out, all right? Now, we're going to have our Olympians closer to the basket and take some shots, all right? Yeah! Come on, let's go! This time, the shot has to hit the backboard. You got to make sure it hits the backboard or it doesn't count. All right? You can't shoot it straight in. You got to hit a piece of the glass and go in. All right? Right in the square. Right in the square. Yeah. That's it. All right, now the last competition is we'll have a dribbling relay. So what we want you to do is you have to dribble the ball to the other end. Okay? Dribble back, hand it to the next person in line. Go! Yeah, Larry. All right, turn around. Go back. Yeah. You have a good time? Yeah! Did you have a good time, crowd? Yeah! I can't hear you, crowd! Yeah! Okay, all right. Thanks for coming. Go on through, okay? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go! Yeah! All right. Thanks for coming.
Now, one big handicap these players are facing this weekend has been the rain and the uneven surface of these much-traveled roads. But some people out here are facing real handicaps, and one of them is Larry Williams, a real basketball fan.
All right, nice shot, Larry.
Williams is blind, but that wasn't going to stop him from playing the game he loved. So he invented a system using a buzzer and a net bell.
Yeah, I've always wanted to shoot basketball, so I went to Wilson Sporting Goods in '84 and inquired if they would be able to put bells in the basketball. It took several years to get an idea if it could be done, and we did several prototypes, and then once we came up with the right bell content, they put it in the Michael Jordan Air Attack Bell basketball. Then from that point, it was just answering questions. How would somebody know where the basket is? So I came up with the goal locator, and then how would somebody know when the ball goes in the net? And we came up with the net bell, and that's the whole package right there. The key behind the bell basketball was to be able to find the ball when it's rolling, as opposed to, anybody can probably find it when it's bouncing, but you want to be in a position to get the ball all the time. So when it's rolling, the bells allows that to happen.
So how difficult is this? Ask someone who isn't visually impaired, but got to try Larry's system.
That was kind of unique, being able to, play against some guy like Larry who's not able to see and still be able to enjoy the game of basketball. I thought it was a different challenge that I never experienced before. And it was different. It was a lot of work, that's for sure. But it was definitely hard, you kind of take things for granted as far as your sight and everything, and then take it away from you like that. You want to shoot and stuff. It's a big challenge. It's not really something that's difficult to me now because I've been doing it for so long. What I would like to do is introduce this as a sport to visually impaired athletes so that they will be able to participate in, sports of this nature. And, that's why we developed the Visually Impaired Athletic Association, so we can utilize this as the catalyst to make that grow.
Larry Williams, one of basketball's many innovators as well as an inspiration. We have a lot more from the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic, including Pop-A-Shot Finals and your three-point contest from center court.
Miller Genuine Draft. The world's a very cool place.
We've just discovered an artifact fused by Kagame himself on board the Nina.
That's a mug from Long John Silver's. Just 99 cents with any meal. I have a complete set.
We've just discovered a complete set of artifacts.
For active people everywhere, Armatron All Sport, a fabulous collection of tough, rugged, water-resistant sport watches. Wear the watch found on the greatest names in sport today. Armatron, America's watch.
And welcome back to Grant Park. Some of the shooting contests about to come up. First of all, we're going to have the three-point contest, and then after that, the Pop-A-Shot. First of all, let's get some of the rules for this three-point contest.
Our three-point contest is about to begin. Here are the rules. You have 45 seconds to shoot 5 balls from the top of the key and from each wing. Each ball is worth 1 point except the money ball, which is worth 2. Now, the highest you can get is 18 points. So far, someone has gotten 16. And it was the preliminary scores from Saturday's qualifying rounds that determined today's finalists. Of more than 850 contestants who entered the three-point shootout on Saturday, the top 2 scores in each division shot at Sunday's finals on center court. These are the highlights of the three-point shootout.
Off the board. There's 2. Nice form.
Yeah, she does. A nice release, doesn't she?
3. And that's the big
Yeah.
one. You got a couple there.
20 seconds left.
20 seconds, as you hear.
Got a lot.
From Elmhurst, Timothy Christian High School, junior high school.
10 seconds left.
Oh, yeah. He's lighting it up there.
Oh, she got the last one.
Yeah, he opens right up with the first one, nothing but net.
A struggle from there, but that's a tough side to hit it from.
Looks like a ball player, doesn't he? 17 years old, St. Patrick's High School here in Chicago. Nice release, just a little short on those shots. Much tougher. Tommy, much tougher shooting outside than in the gym.
Now you're seeing that right now, how much difference there is one side to the other. And look at, just came out.
Nice little jumper.
Having trouble getting that first one to fall.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
A little long there.
Come on, Nancy, put this one.
Put it in there. There you go. Finally got one to drop. Finishes with 2 points.
Oh, he's got nice rotation
he
on,
does.
doesn't he?
Nice release. High arcer. There's one.
Played with the Pocket Rockets out here. The supervisor at UPS.
There's 2. A little short on that one. Fell away.
20 seconds.
Funny thing is, he made the wing shots, misses the favorite shot right out in front. There he's back on beam.
Well, I thought he'd have made a few more with that pretty release.
Yeah.
He finishes with 7 points.
Congratulations to all of our winners.
So Matt Thompson is your winner of the men's division over 21 for the three-point contest. Here is a list of your other winners. Nancy Zoros won the women's 21 and over final with only 2 points. Don Schlenbecker was the men's under 21 champion. He posted 7 points in the finals. And Christy Bosman is the winner of the women's under 21 class. She actually had the highest total of any Sunday round. Christy scored 8 points. And congratulations to all those who entered the Miller Genuine Draft three-point shootout.
Well, here's the Pop-A-Shot machine, and this is one that, of course, gets an awful lot of talk about it. Let's get some of the rules on what happens with the Pop-A-Shot game here at the 3-on-3 Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull Classic.
Here we are at the finals of the Pop-A-Shot contest. You have 40 seconds to shoot as many balls as you can in that time. For the first 25 seconds, the balls are worth 2 points. For the next 15, they're worth 3. The following Pop-A-Shot finalists have already had 2 days of competition. At Friday's registration party, contestants needed at least 50 points to qualify for Saturday's semifinals. And then Saturday, the Pop-A-Shot machines were also kept busy in the event headquarters tent, racking up these finalists.
Well, there's the music, and Jeremy Ander is going to get it going in our under-18 division of the Pop-A-Shot.
Watch the style of the shooters, Tommy, on this. In a regular basket, you might want to shoot just over the rim, but this one, you get dead shots from the center all the time, and most of the guys go right between the eyes of that bull and bank it off and down in.
Doesn't even look down.
Yeah, he's focused right on that now. I know these people a little bit more than I know some in the three-point shootout because you see them on a regular basis. And boy, I'll tell you, some of these gals are really good. Cindy really does a nice job here with this game.
20 seconds remaining. She's got 26 points.
26 points. She's got to get a little hot now.
15 seconds on
It's
the
amazing how they can put streaks together on this thing. They can't find the basket, and all of a sudden, wham, they're going to go after it.
Whoa. Look out. Look at this, Red.
Oh, yeah.
The music starts, and Tom Blackshear puts up his first shot. He has yet to miss. Reds, he still hasn't missed.
Oh.
He has yet to miss.
20 points.
Look at this.
Is this something?
30 seconds remaining at 34 points now.
I'll ask you a question right here. How do you beat this?
Well, you know, you can only liken this to watching Craig Hodges shooting in the three-point shootout. There he missed one finally.
He finally missed one.
You know how good shooters can automatically find the seam on the ball. They don't have to look for it. You look at the rotation on this. These guys, you magnify this court to a regular-sized basket, and you can see some beautiful rotation on the shot.
Look at that T-shirt on the right side of your screen.
What's it say on there? Oh, yeah.
You can't see it.
I recognize the name. Well, it would be unfair if I cheered any harder for him, but we just like to see him go after it.
So with an excellent round of 139, Tom Blackshear is your 1992 Papa Shot champion. And here are a list of your other winners. Cindy Leader won the women's division with a final round score of 73. And John Bacino was the other winner in the under-18 division. He had 69 points in the final. One other note about the 1992 Papa Shot competition, the 50 cents entrance spent to play each qualifying round went to charitable, and more than $1,200 was raised. Stay tuned to the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. We'll check out the corporate challenge next.
Hammond, Yorkville,
Elgin,
Oakland, Joliet.
I'm Yvette. And I'm Rich. And I'm Louis. And we're from Cicero. And we call the same number as you do for Pizza Hut delivery. 923-7676.
923-7676. 923-7676.
Get a free medium single topping pizza with the purchase of any large specialty pizza at regular price.
923-7676.
For years, the people of New England had a secret. A secret that guarded them from the harsh weather. A secret that protected their wooden vessels from the raging storms. And what they used to protect their wood, you can use to protect yours. Wood preservatives, stains, clears. Cuprinol, we promise the best.
The southernmost point of the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. The Field Museum is right behind me, and this tournament goes all the way to the Goodman Theater. So if you know Chicago, it goes from here all the way to Jackson. Now we're here at the Corporate Challenge. There are 224 teams in this. There were only 96 last year. Some of the names you'll recognize are Arthur Anderson and Dean Witter, and some of the names you won't recognize, teams like Guys Who Can't Jump and Greg. Corporate Challenge is a growing segment of the Shoot the Bull tournament. Last year we had constituted about 5% of the tournament, and this year we doubled that. So we were pretty happy. I think teams enter it for the prestige of it all. I think we really enjoy tapping into the existing rivalries between industries. We have high hopes for it in the future. It's a good part of the tournament. Part of being the Corporate Challenge is they get an extra more gifts, trophies and sweatshirts, and as a team gift we give them a basketball to encourage them to come back and enter next year. So what is it like competing outside the business world? We found out.
It's great. It gives people a chance to come out here and show their stuff. You know, a lot of guys don't get an opportunity to play during the weekday, so this is a nice, time during the weekend for everybody to come out here, bring their families out, and have them support them and really go at it.
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's great to come out and compete with people of your same, ability.
Oh, I think it just lets people get together and see what everybody's all about. It ain't just about basketball. Hopefully I run into somebody from AT&T. I know a lot of those people. If I meet them here, I'm going to beat the heck out of them.
There's a lot of good players out here. you got your big organizations where you can pick, they have players going from college, a lot of college background players, high school, so it's competitive out here.
So remember the corporate challenge next year. If you have some friends in a rival company that you'd like to take to the court. But remember the divisions are based on talent, so they had better play the same game you play. Now don't go away, because coming up we'll have all your slam dunks from center court.
Hi, I'm Sport Marty, and it's my job to make sure you'll find what you're looking for at Sport Mart.
Like salespeople who know their stuff. A huge selection. If we don't have it, we'll order it for you. And each Sport Mart's Tech Center will string that racket, assemble that bike, whatever you need. Like Sport Mart's everyday low price on the Court Jammer High basketball shoes from LA Gear, only $34.96. Get jamming with LA Gear. And if something's not right, just bring it back.
And that's just part of the Sport Mart advantage.
You'll find what you're looking for at Sport Mart.
With cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, the world's a very cool place.
There's a battle going on against birth defects and infant mortality. In the U.S., 250,000 babies are born each year with birth defects. Nearly 40,000 babies die before their first birthday. But now, faithful support of the March of Dimes campaign for healthier babies is paying off in better health and better care. Please join our campaign. Put a friend behind bars in the March of Dimes jail and bail. To have someone you know arrested, call the March of Dimes jail and bail hotline at 312-407-4007.
Welcome back to Grant Park, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic, and we've got the slam dunk competition, and some of these youngsters right here are going to be involved in the youngster division of the slam dunk, and then we got the big-time slam dunk, and right now it looks like they're about to slam dunk Benny the Bull. Let's get the rules and all the regulations for this.
In this kids' dunk exhibition, much like the adults contest coming up, each of the participants is allowed 3 dunks, judged on a scale of 1 to 10. Former Bull Mickey Johnson, J.J. Jackson from WGCI, and Benny the Bull are the judges. Here now are the competitors in the Pizza Hut Kids Slam Dunk Contest.
All right, Kevin Mitchell with the first dunk. He calls it the David Robinson. And Kevin put it in, and you know what? Kind of looks like what David Robinson would do. David, a little more authority, but
Kevin's 4 years old from Skokie. The David Robinson dunk in a Michael Jordan uniform.
The defending champ, Deshaun Dillard, a Scottie Pippen special dunk. Wait a minute, bring the ball. Oh!
That looked like a Tom Jordan, a red curd dribble. I know that.
That's exactly right. LaVon Beard with the tank dunk. Now let's see what a tank dunk is. That ought to get some 10s.
Mickey Johnson with a 10 dunk.
Yeah.
Oh, 10s across. LaVon Beard, 6 years old, out of Chicago with the tank dunk.
Ashley Monger. Come on, Ashley. Just make this one now. Get in there.
Oh, the crowd was cheering for her. They're going to
give it another try. Oh, well.
Oh, try it again.
Oh, they wanted to try one more time. Get in there. And Benny gets her a 10. Mickey Johnson with a 10. All right. Way to go, Ashley. Derek Jones.
All right, Derek. Derek had some problem on his first 2, but he gets that one in. He gets a 9, a 9, and an 8. Brendan Ewing now. There it is, Brendan.
2 8s and a 9.
2 8s and a 9 for Brandon Ewing.
These kids really entertain the center court crowd. In fact, the competition was so good there was a dunk-off to determine the winner. And these next dunks are the highlights of the entire tournament.
Defending champ Deshaun Dillard had a 7, 9, and a 6. Here he comes. Oh! A reverse hanger, Tommy.
The crowd is on their feet. 3 10s.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what he does here. Oh, and he hangs on the rim. He's still hanging on.
Oh, he should get something for style, and Mickey loves it, yeah.
A 10, a 9, and what's the third one going to be? A 9.
Watch this. Watch the finish, Tommy. Watch the finish. Yeah, a helping hand for some friends. He doesn't need it.
Needs a good one.
Oh, side run.
Look out, look out. Oh, yeah. Whirly bird.
Yeah.
That'll get 10s all the way around.
Yeah. 11. Benny gives him an 11. Sorry, Benny. We'll only take 10s. Watch this. He cups the ball in his hand, and wow.
So, the final standings show that LaVon Beard and Deontay White are co-winners in the Kids Slam Dunk Contest. They share the hardware.
Now, this is the Pizza Hut men's finals of the Slam Dunk competition, Reds, and as I recall, we had a couple of guys who are back from last year, and these guys are already showing off their stuff in the warm-ups.
Yeah, they're warming up here. There's 5 of them that'll be here. We've got one from Kansas, one from Columbus, a couple of guys from Chicago. It should be fun.
All right, let's get in a little brief intro on the rules for the men's Slam Dunk finals.
After qualifying dunks early Saturday and then a center court semifinal competition Saturday afternoon, we're up to the finals of the Slam Dunk Contest. 5 men have gotten to these lofty heights. They get 3 dunks apiece. The best 2 scores will be taken. That way you can miss a dunk and still win. And our judges are Mickey Johnson, J.J. Jackson, and Bulls guard Greg Hodges. Here are the best of the 1992 Pizza Hut Slam Dunk.
He's handcuffed his left hand behind his back with the belt.
Dave Dewey.
There it is.
Oh, the idea was great.
Oh,
he
man.
went behind his back. I thought he was just going to go ahead and dunk it. Yeah, he was.
Go ahead.
He was handcuffed. 7-6 and a 6.
Uh-oh, he's going full court here.
Hang on to the hoop, they told him.
Oh! Took off at the free throw line. A 10, a 9, and a 9. Well, Reggie's got Kansas Jayhawk shorts on. I asked him if he lost a bet and had to wear those things.
Okay, good dunk.
Yep.
A nice dunk. Driving on in from the right side underneath and banged it in over his head. So he gets a 7, an
24.
8, and a 9. Oh, boy, when he finally got going, Eric Hines really did it. Got himself up in the air, picked it up. He got 9-9-9.
3 9s in his attempt.
Well, this floor is a little different than taking off on the wooden floors that you find inside the gym. You just want to get your control. Nice job by Leroy Tillman.
That's pretty impressive.
3 9s. He's got 27, so we've got 2 ties.
Marvin Stevens with his final attempt. Eyes the rim, dribbles it. Double pump, and he just threw that thing down.
He went at it.
2 9s and an 8.
Oh, yeah. A windmill dunk off the bounce.
A 10 from Craig Hodges.
10.
A 10 from Mickey Johnson, and a 10.
J.J. Jackson gives him a 10, a perfect score. Look at this. The bounce is great. He winds up and power slams it with the right hand. Eric Hines from St. Charles picks up 30 points.
Oh, going back to the laying down. Go get him. Come on, Leroy. Oh, he did it!
The timing was super, and he does get 3-10. But it's not going to be enough, I don't think, to catch Eric Hines.
But I'll tell you, Red, that was pretty. So he gets a 57. He's going to finish 1 point behind. Well, we had a tremendous competition here for the Slam Dunk Championship.
Eric Hines of St. Charles becomes the 1992 Pizza Hut Slam Dunk champion. His final score of 58 defeated defending champion Leroy Tillman by 1 point. Now stay tuned as the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic continues. Now I'm at Court 1. There are 195 courts here. Over the course of 2 days, that means there'll be 17 hours of basketball played. That's a new game every half hour. More than 7,200 games. The games were played in specific areas. I was standing on Court 1, that's at Columbus and Jackson. Now Courts 1 through 32 is where you find your top men's and women's play. Across from that, we go to Center Court. And down Congress from Center Court to the prelims to all your shooting contests. Small college play is opposite that at courts 37 through 70, and that's where you found some serious hoops. Now let's go all the way over to the Field Museum. Here's Lakeshore Drive. Here's the Field Museum. Across Lakeshore Drive is where I was earlier at the Corporate Challenge. And directly down from that in the higher numbers is where the teams played. And they maybe had the legs to get all the way over there. And down Columbus Drive we go to the 120s. Appropriately near the water station for the over 50 group. And let's look at some of that senior action.
Competition's been very good. Surprisingly good. Everybody's in decent shape. Everybody plays well.
Our first game was a forfeit, but what I've seen is really good competition, especially for guys my age. I'm 54, and I still think I'm doing all right.
Yeah, everybody's beating everybody else up. Well, I guess that's the way it should be. Glad to see there's 16 teams, 15 over in the division. It's fantastic.
Competition is great. I'm glad that they decided to put them in brackets closer to your age this year. We were in the over 50 bracket. We play all year round, and this is just one of the competitions that we participate in throughout the year, and it's one that we look forward to. And the only time we get a chance to play against one another except in practice. And I think that the Bulls organization, the pizza people, have really put together a wonderful program. Something that I think the city can be very, very proud of, and the Chicago Bulls.
There you go! Two, come on, man. Good job, Mickey! Let's go, let's go. Good game, let's get home. That's it. Good game, Bernie.
Now we'll go from the seniors up the street to some inspirational athletes on Center Court. A popular part of every 3-on-3 is the wheelchair division. This year's championship game featured 2 teams from the Wheelchair Bulls. But in this competition, participant or not, everyone feels like a winner. up in our next segment is the women's final. But before we go to a break, here's a list of various divisional winners.
You know, a lot of men want to know more about Rogaine with minoxidil. If you're one of them, I have good news for you. Now there's a video prepared especially for men who want answers to their questions about Rogaine. Simply call 1-800-695-1845, and Upjohn will be glad to send it to you, absolutely free. Now, once you've looked at it, you'll probably want to schedule an appointment with a doctor. After all, only your doctor can prescribe Rogaine. And if you call right now, Upjohn will also send you the names of doctors in your area who can help you decide if Rogaine is right for you. You'll also receive a $10 certificate as an incentive to see your doctor. For your free videotape that gives you the complete story on Rogaine with minoxidil and your $10 certificate, call toll-free 1-800-695-1845. So what are you waiting for? Make the call today.
And welcome back to Grant Park, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. And it is time now for the women's finals between Chocolate Swirl and Another Bad Creation. And these are two teams with an awful lot of experience, not only college experience, but a lot of professional experience. We'll talk about that as we go along with players overseas, and I think we're ready to play ball.
Well, the white team is called the Chocolate Swirl. The blue team will be Another Bad Creation, and we'll start out with the ball being put in bounds by Chocolate Swirl.
Lisa Foss, who is an outstanding shooter, to the baseline. Carol Owens backs in, puts it up and in.
Yeah. Carol Owens opens the scoring with a nice move. They seem to be a very unselfish ball club, Tommy.
As highlights of the women's 3-on-3 championship game continue, a couple of rulings come into play. So right now, let's clarify a couple of things. All players call their own foul, and usually the ball is inbounded after the violation. But a few situations will determine if free throws can be taken. First case, after a player commits her fourth personal foul, and it was committed while the opponent was shooting, there is the option to either shoot a free throw or to inbound the ball with a new possession. Secondly, after the 8th team foul in a shooting situation, there again is a choice of shooting a free throw or taking the ball out. And finally, after the 12th team foul, no matter what the situation is, there is the choice to shoot or inbound. And in most cases, teams would want the chance of a free throw. I'll admit this is a little bit confusing, but hopefully this will clear up some later confusion. You can see this women's game is exciting, and we'll take it from here. The final 4 minutes will go unedited.
Benjamin tried for the 2. Ball tipped out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Chocolate Swirl with a chance to take a big lead here. Right now, they're up 17-14. Where do you go with it? Hinchey. And it's tipped away. Inside, McGee with the baseline move.
Tightens that game up, 17-15.
17-15 our score now. This is a game to 20. Boss on the baseline. In the lane.
Oh, I like the shot. Yeah, I like the selection of the shot. Nice job. Lisa Foss, little jumper, came to the middle. Nobody there. She just up and popped it in. 18-15.
Lisa Foss. Now Polk trying the long two. McGee will do the same. Polk with a rebound. McGee can try another one. Benjamin says, let's run something. Takes it to the basket, but can't get the bucket.
Uh-oh, stolen.
But wait a minute, did a foul get called? Yep, a foul was called. Carol Owens called the foul on the rebound.
Here's some booing, but Carol says, I don't know, but my nose thinks it was a foul. Let's see what happened. The shot is missed, coming in hard for the rebound. She gets it underneath, and
foul was called.
Yep.
18-15, team with the white up. Foss trying to make it
nice.
19 and does.
Nice move all the way around the side. Lisa Foss got a nice pass from Tammy Hinchy. So this could be it.
Polk trying to two. Oh, he got it. It's 19-17 now.
That closes it in a hurry. Janelle Polk.
Chocolate Swirl, the team in the white, with a chance to win it here. With only 3 players.
Listen to the crowd now.
Inside, it's knocked away, and Polk saves it. A 2 can tie it. Polk.
Oh! They got a game.
Tied at 19.
Janelle Polk with her second 2-pointer in a row. 19 up, and I'll tell you what, the Chocolate Swirl might want to just talk this over a little bit.
Hinchy on the dribble, looking inside for Owens, who has it faked and is fouled.
They're going to give her the free throw if they take it, or they want the ball out of bounds. What are they going to do?
I'd take it out of bounds.
That's
and
what they're going to do.
Give it right back to her. Get out of her way.
Oh, there it is.
Back door. Foss had it tipped away. Good defensive recovery by another bad creation. Team with the blue shirt.
Yeah, Janelle Polk really got back well. She's a little taller than Lisa.
Hinchy looks inside. The runner. Off.
Uh-oh, watch out now. Come from behind victory is right here in hand.
They were down 19-15.
Yeah, you don't need that long two now.
Benjamin had a lot of success earlier posting up on Foss. Inside now, put it. Oh, and came out. Gets the rebound. Foss comes in, tries to take it away. And what is the call?
Is it a jump or a foul? They're looking. Lisa's looking for the foul.
And that's
no, Lisa was looking for the jump. Let's see what happens here. Here they go in. Lisa Foss all over the ball. That's her 5th foul.
They can shoot it if they want to.
Well, Micah Benjamin said, no, I think he's asking, what should we do? What should we do? The crowd really would like to see him play this out.
Yeah,
that free throw. Look at him saying, no, don't do it. Not her hoping she misses it.
They like the game. It's been a good one.
Game. They got to win by 2. I think that's what they're trying to find out here. And they said, no, you don't win by 2. You just...
The game is over.
Yeah.
Another bad creation. The blue team comes from 4 points down, 19-15, to win the Miller Genuine Draft. Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Women's Championship.
That was an incredible comeback staged by another bad creation. We figured the game would be exciting, and this first ever televised women's final definitely lived up to its advanced billing. Coming up next will be the men's Final Four championship of the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic.
Get in here.
Get
just an ordinary town somewhere in America. Over 6,000 movies played here last year. Every session of the U.S. Congress was held here. So were 350 Major League Baseball games. Eric Clapton played guitar in the bar on the corner. And Steve Martin told jokes at the barbershop. Just an ordinary town with ordinary people who count on their local cable company to bring them home delivery of the world.
You take the world, I'll take Kevin Costner.
Not many things are more Chicago than United, but there are a few. United. Proud to be Chicago's hometown airline. Come fly the friendly skies.
Welcome back to center court here, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. And Redhead, we got a familiar team, the Lakefront Regulars here for the men's championship. They're in the white shirts. 13 is Joe Guthrie, 14 Larry Larkin, 15 Robert Robertson, and 16 is Dwayne Lambert. The green team, Stutz Rangers, 5 Jason Bean, 6 Sammy Thompson, 7 Bob Stutz, and 8 is Paul Bean. And they're going right in inside the hook shot. Will not go. Dwayne Lambert missed it. The baseline 2 just came out. Robertson with a rebound. And he hits. Reds, we remember him from last year. What a tough player he is.
Yeah. Bob Robertson opens it up with 2 points.
Paul Bean on the baseline makes it 2-1.
Bean. 2-1 white.
First year here, they were in another division. They said they were in a little lower division as he misses the hook.
You remember how I remember he was dancing all over the place shooting those.
We'll see him here pretty quick. He'll start driving to the basket and throwing some stuff up. But there is the answer.
Yeah, long range now. We shoot. That's Paul Bean.
Paul Bean makes it 5-3. Checking in Joe Guthrie for the white team. See Guthrie shoot it, would be surprised. Well, I'm going for that. But that hook shot by Larry Larkin is good.
A lot of pushing and shoving underneath the basket, so you've got to make contact and then almost go away on your shot. Don't go into the guy.
Really long. But the rebound is good. Paul Bean makes it 7-4 now in favor of the white team, the Lakefront Regulars. Robertson off the screen, on the drive. Those will go in. He is most dangerous going to the basket.
You know, Tommy, you and I talk about this tournament on the Bulls game awful early in the year, but it's amazing how many teams sign up for this thing and hear about it and come from all over. I mean, they're out of state.
We had a Fort Worth team here. Yeah. Paul Bean just hit a 2. Trying another 2.
Something tells us that there was representatives of 42 of the states here. And of course, you remember that the winner a couple of years ago was the Arkansas Democrat.
Yeah.
Representing the newspaper down there. Another outside shot.
9-6 white.
9-6 now. Robertson with the bucket. Look at this. He's got it again. You better get on him. He'll hit that.
But we know one thing. He'll take it.
That'll be a better call. He's hit enough of them, though. Nice move.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on, baby.
Will drive.
Come on, go. Caddy, save it out here.
Misses that one. Tried to save it. Did he? Nope. Out of bounds. Stutz Rangers, the green team, will have it down 9-6. Here in the men's championship game, Miller Genuine Draft, Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic. He's hit a couple, fakes it, drives. The runner is just off. Tips it. Robertson tries to save it. He did. Lambert drives. The hook is good.
Dwayne Lambert, the big man, takes the ball slowly down the right side and puts a very gentle hook up on the board, the big guy.
Backs in.
Got him where he wanted, didn't he? Worked his way underneath. Sammy Thompson with the hoop.
Guthrie backs in. Fade from 15. Bearson put it up. It spins out. And a chance now for Stutz Rangers to cut it to 1. Or tie with that.
They do. A little crossover dribble. Paul Bean crossed it over and knocked it in from the outside. We got a 10-10 tie.
Guthrie top of the circle. He'll put it up, try for the 2, and he answers.
It's kind of rough down here. I don't know if you want to go in that painted area and get knocked down. You know, on a day like this, you say Sunday, and I'm sitting here. Nice day by the lake. I don't want to get carried off.
Come this way, I got it.
Paul Bean, listen to him. Come this way, and I got him. He fires from long range. Take him. He did.
Oh, no foul, he said, but it looked like it was Jason Bean on the foul. If it was, should be a shooting the free throw.
So it's 13-10 now in favor of the Lakefront Regulars. Paul Bean did a couple long-range jumpers, lost it, got it back. He'll put it up. And Robertson with the rebound. Tries to back in. He wants to answer and does with a tough one.
And he's looking for a foul on the play.
15-10. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, Wayne.
15-10. Lakefront Regulars.
Oh, foul call. And he can shoot it if he wants to. Paul Bean can go to the line.
What do you think, Paul? You want to shoot this? Take it out. He wants to shoot this one. And he picks up a point.
Tell you what, tough as it is to get a basket right now, I think I'd go to the free throw line in a heartbeat. I may not make it, but
that's what those red lights up there mean. Don't drive. You saw those red lights above the basket. Nice move. Beautiful move inside by Lambert. 16-11.
16-11 our scores. The Lakefront Regulars leading Stutz Rangers here in the men's championship game. And 18-11 that quick. Wayne Lambert with a 2-pointer.
Don't let him have that. The guy hollered out from the bench. He was almost at half court.
You can tell who they want to have take this shot. Paul Bean drives in to the basket and lays it in.
1.3.
It's 18-12 Reds. In our women's championship, we had a team come from behind, but this is a long way behind. With the Lakefront Regulars leading, we join the action. Bean tried for the 2, couldn't get it, and a foul called as Joe Guthrie was bringing down the rebound.
This could be it. There we go to the free throw line.
Well, this could end the same way the women's championship game ended.
That was his 8th individual foul, by the way. There it is.
It's over.
Game. The Lakefront Regulars win it, Tommy.
After 4 tries, the Lakefront Regulars win their first Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 championship. Congratulations.
Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
When it comes to automobiles, there's only one, Bob Rohrman.
There is a difference at Schaumburg Honda Automobiles. That difference is customer satisfaction and volume. We sell more cars than any Honda dealer in the Midwest. Get the Honda you want and drive it home the same day. And why do we sell more cars?
Bob Rohrman.
Because, folks, at Schaumburg Honda Automobiles, we're real serious about selling you a new Honda. So come discover the difference that volume and customer satisfaction make.
Welcome back to beautiful downtown Chicago, here actually at Grant Park, the Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic, and we have had a tremendous weekend from the Friday night registration party to the championship games today, and Redhead, we have just continued to see this thing get better and better every year.
You know, Tommy, Julie, I was born in this city, and I really love it. But when you sit down here on a Sunday afternoon, right, Buckingham Fountain right behind us, this beautiful lakefront, and to think we're on Congress Drive. We're on the Eisenhower right here in Columbus, and it was a fantastic 2 days that I've certainly enjoyed here. And Steve Shanwell said it'll be better this year, and it has gotten better. It's great.
Oh, yeah, this year a chance to show the women's championship game and, of course, the kids with the slam dunk. I think that's my favorite event, no question about it. Julie Judelson, you've been from court 1 to 195 covering all this stuff.
Over and over.
Now, this is your first one. This is quite a deal, isn't it?
It definitely is. You know, everyone was telling me all year about how quickly and how huge this thing was. And I will tell you, until you've walked it over and over again, you really don't get the true sense, and I'm looking forward to next year.
There's some great stories in this tournament every year. There's some great teams, the interesting people. The guy came, I guess, from Bangkok, China, to come to this thing, and this is just one of the great events for the city of Chicago, and Reds, we've had another fun year.
I can't wait, because during the Bulls game, you'll hear us talking about sign up for the 3-on-3. If you saw the action here today, it was a lot of fun, and you don't have to be just a 3-on-3 player. You can be a three-point shooter, you can be a free throw shooter, and a slam dunk artist, but it's an awful lot of fun. I'm glad to be with you today, Julie, and with you, Tommy.
Oh, Reds the same, and Julie the same thing. Lots of divisions here. We had a great weekend. We're glad you were a part of it. Glad you had a chance to see it. For Julie and Johnny Kerr, for our producer-director, Tim Sutton, I'm Tom Dorr. Thanks so much for being a part of the 3-on-3. We'll see you next year.
The 4th annual Miller Genuine Draft Shoot the Bull 3-on-3 Classic is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft, who salutes the back-to-back NBA World Champion Chicago Bulls, taking the country by storm. By the Chicago Tribune, proud to be a charter sponsor of Shoot the Bull. Get the game. Pick up a daily Chicago Tribune. By the #1 soft drink in the universe and the best basketball team on the planet, Coca-Cola Classic. Can't beat the real thing. By Sport Mart, with the best selection of basketball merchandise at everyday low prices. You'll find what you're looking for at Sport Mart. By Pizza Hut. All over Chicagoland, people call the same number for Pizza Hut delivery, 923-7676. And LA Gear and Sport Mart know you can play the game. But can you shoot the bull? Get into Sport Mart and get in gear. The new LA Gear.
The people to help themselves.
Tonight from Chicago, making government work.
Listening to America is made possible by Mutual of America and its family of companies, major underwriters of group pension plans and retirement savings programs. The John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, a catalyst for change. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and viewers like you. Additional funding is provided by the Joyce Foundation.
I'm Bill Moyers, and we're listening to America Tonight in Chicago. We're here because some Chicagoans have decided it's not enough just to complain about the failures of government, not enough just to bemoan the power of special interests or the follies of public officials. It's not even enough, they say, just to vote. They've decided that the hard work of democracy is to get involved, to organize at the grassroots, to become a participant instead of a spectator. You'll meet them in a moment. Their efforts have attracted the attention of the National Commission on State and Local Public Service. The commissioners have been holding hearings all over the country, exploring how to make government work, how talented people can be attracted to public service, and how faith can be restored again between government and citizens. Touring some neighborhoods here in Chicago, the commissioners looked at some unique local partnerships where citizens and officials are working together to make a difference. Some of the members of the National Commission on State and Local Public Service are with us in the studio. Liz Hollander, the former planning commissioner of the city of Chicago. Former Governor William Winter of Mississippi, the chairman of the commission. Eddie Williams of the Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, and political scientist Richard Nathan, director of the Rockefeller Institute of Government at the State University of New York. We'll hear from them later in this program, but first, producer Barbara Williams of WTTW looks at how one community group here in Chicago pushed for and got economic changes in their neighborhood.
For 30 years, Chicago has been losing manufacturing jobs. Once some 650,000 workers held these high-paying blue-collar jobs. Today, fewer than 400,000 have them. As industry moved out, old manufacturing buildings were torn down or gentrified into living and commercial space. In an industrial area known as the Clyburn Corridor, an old paint factory would be developed into residential lofts. Tim Horwitz was a developer.
It was set in the middle of this really old 19th century industrial area, a lot of vacant land, very, very quiet at night, very, very quiet on weekends. And it was this little residential oasis, as we saw it, in the middle of this industrial area.
But as the oasis grew and the area became more residential, companies like A. Finkel and Sons feared they wouldn't survive. The company had been in the Clyburn Corridor for nearly 100 years and had 450 employees. President Bruce Lee Matinan.
We were looking at what it would take to move to another state, to lower labor, to cheaper energy, and for us to pick up and move. This facility is in the ground with put-in foundations, and it would be easier for us to go in the development business with this prime real estate than to pick up and re-put the foundations in another location.
When developers began to talk about building residences with river views, managers of the Charles Levy Circulating Company began to worry. For 40 years, the magazine distributor has been working on Goose Island, an area adjacent to the Clyburn Corridor. The company was solid with 250 employees and annual sales of $100 million.
We are a 24-hour operation. We dispatch trucks, semis all night long. We are noisy. We generate a lot of traffic. It's just not the kind of building we think people would want to live next door to.
The challenge was to strike a balance between residential and commercial, and between commercial and manufacturing. Local citizens meeting at the Northside YMCA began working toward a solution. It didn't happen overnight.
The Y initiated a 9-month strategic planning process bringing together local businesses, institutions, local residents, and out of that process came some goals and recommendations which included working with the industries to keep them here in Chicago and then to bring the residents into those jobs.
The groups then began lobbying the city for a zoning change to create a planned manufacturing district, or PMD.
PMDs are one land use technique that we have available to us to try to help nurture and expand industrial businesses.
Valerie Jarrett is the city commissioner of planning and development.
I think it's a difficult decision for city government to make, that we are going to impose that kind of land use restriction. But I think it sends a very strong signal to the industrial community that we are serious about retaining them and helping them expand and grow.
I think PMDs are basically designed to slow down the process of change, to give everybody a little breather while they figure out what's going to happen next. That there's really no vision, and certainly no viable vision inherent in a PMD.
Not only developers, but some industries oppose planned manufacturing districts. Some manufacturers believe the special zoning would depress their land values and go against natural changes in the city's economy. But in spring of 1988, planned manufacturing districts passed through the city council to become part of Chicago's zoning laws. By 1990, a large industrial zone, including the Clyburn Corridor, was protected. This zone is the site of 31 firms in 17 different kinds of manufacturing, employing over 1,700 people. The planned manufacturing district zoning covers a total worker payroll of $39 million and an area in which the city collects $1.1 million in property taxes. For union workers like John Frazier, who has been with Charles Levy for 27 years, passage of the PMD was a relief.
We have about 80 or 90 employees here, in this particular building alone. And had this company moved out of this area, I'm sure, well, most of those people probably would have lost their job. And there's no opportunities around anymore for factory work.
For its part in the planned manufacturing district, the city fixes the infrastructure. Century-old bridges are being rebuilt to support trucks and industrial equipment. Streets and seawalls are being repaved and repaired. The Clyburn Corridor zoning gave A. Finkel & Sons the assurance it needed to reinvest in its plant.
We've invested over $2.5 million a year. In the last few years, over $5 million in the facility. We put in a new warehouse. We've increased jobs. We've done everything that allows our unions and ourselves to excel. And now in a down economy, when all our competition is in trouble, we're not doing fantastic, but we're a thriving, good business competing against foreign competition.
Charles Levy has put $2 million into their plant. They've also brought in new employees under the city's job training program.
We feel that we can invest in this property without being worried that someday we would need to relocate. And rather than looking for more property out in the suburbs, where we already have some other sister companies located, we're looking for property on Goose Island.
Not every property owner in the planned manufacturing district is reinvesting. Some just want to sell, but their options now are limited.
Occasionally I get a call from somebody who says, well, my old furniture business is, not making any money. I have this big building and I want to sell it. I'm ready to retire. What do I do? And you say, well, where's the building? Well, they give you the address. Well, do you know that that's in the PMD? Yeah, I kind of did. I said, well, you really can't change the use. You can't do residential there and you can't do retail. And those are the two uses that fit in that neighborhood. Well, what's the property worth? Well, it's not worth very much.
Although it is still controversial, what is most remarkable about the planned manufacturing district is that it's a purely democratic solution to a community problem. Residents, commercial interests, and manufacturers came together, debated, and found a way to live and work together.
We have a couple of local citizens to address the issues raised by that piece. Josh Hoyt is a longtime community organizer and grassroots activist. Josh, if the citizens had not pushed, would the city have come up in its own right with the planned manufacturing district?
No, this thing about partnerships, I think it's the most overworked word in America. Maybe it's because I'm from Chicago, but my experience is if you don't get down in the gutter and kick and scratch and bite and claw and make your point, then nothing happens.
How did you do it in this case?
Well, I didn't do it. The organizer was a woman named Donna Ducharme, but what they did was they organized the constituency that they had, the manufacturers and the local residents, and they got in there and they lobbied their aldermen, they embarrassed the mayor. The mayor said that he wanted to have residential housing on Goose Island. There's 3 manufacturing districts there, right? 3 aldermen. They had to pick them off one by one.
How did they do it? I mean, that sounds rather ultimate.
Well, they had to go after each one. They had to organize votes. They had to organize money. That's the way it works in Chicago, and I think that's the way it works all over the country. If you don't push, you don't get anything.
They had to get mean?
They had to get mean. They had to get ugly. They had to embarrass people in the press. They had to or have contributors call up politicians and say, do your job the way that I want you to do it. That's the way it works.
That doesn't sound like the democracy we learned about in 10th grade civics.
Well, that's the way it works. You get down in the gutter, and then when you finally get up, they say, let's be partners. Okay? That's a partnership, right?
Jackie Grimshaw is Deputy Treasurer for Economic Development of the City of Chicago and a key figure in city government for many, many years. Why does it take community protest to arouse government to do what it ought to do in the first place?
Well, I think you have to first recognize that government, just like people, have self-interest. And it's not always in the self-interest of government really to do what the Constitution says the government ought to do, and that's to represent people and to act in the people's best interest. So people have to take it into their own hands.
Why was this not in government's self-interest to keep manufacturing jobs in this particular district?
Because oftentimes the owners of manufacturing operations are not the big contributors to campaigns. you will see local developers, commercial developers, retail developers who are more active in funding political operations than our manufacturers. And so, as we also know across the country, where there's the oil, you get a little bit of opportunity and a little bit of access and a little bit of a response when you're asked for things.
I read a piece in which you were quoted as, even though you're in the city government, referring to the Chicago's stupid, policies of providing tax and other incentives for certain companies to leave the area?
Well, it's not just the city of Chicago. As we talk about government, Chicago is part of this Commonwealth that's also the state of Illinois, and I think probably the most egregious example of that is Sears. Sears, Roebuck & Company, a huge company that is known not only in this country but around the world, decided that Sears Tower, also an international landmark, was not where they wanted to be. And so they caused their little, as I call, threatening action on government and convinced the state of Illinois to give them an opportunity to leave the city of Chicago using city taxpayer dollars to subsidize them relocating to the suburbs. And what does that do? That creates a lot of unemployment in the city of Chicago because there's not the opportunity, at least through public transportation, and also by way of means of individuals to relocate from the city of Chicago to the northwestern suburbs. Now, if that is public policy that is geared towards helping people and making a difference for people, it's really kind of a distorted view of the self-interest of government respecting and operating in the best interest of their citizens.
Josh Hort, come back with Jackie Grimshaw, and if she's in government, you're out there trying to get government to change its ways. Do you look upon her government as a neutral agency to be taken over and run? Do you look upon it as a positive force in the lives of the people you work with? How do you look upon her government?
Well, Jackie's a very special bureaucrat. a little bit different than most, but no, government's reactive, and they usually react to people with power and with money. And the people that I work with generally don't have either, and so what we got to do is we've got to organize to tip the turtle back on its shell. We got to make them understand that we're still out there, and they have to react to us too. Sam Skinner went to Washington, head of the Department of Transportation. Before he goes into the White House, you know what he does? He sends back a $40 million grant to bury a parking lot at the Science and Industry Museum. Now, what I could do with $40 million in the neighborhood I organized, it's ridiculous. They respond to the elites. That's how it generally works, and they only respond to the people that I care about and that I work with in the neighborhoods when we organize to make our point.
How do you persuade people in those neighborhoods who do not have the power or the money, as you say, to maintain their confidence doing this? How do you encourage them to take on a struggle like this?
Well, people will act in their own self-interest, and if you start with the little things and you keep moving up the ladder, people see that they can make a difference, and they start to feel like they are human beings and will get a listening to. Then they start to feel their own sense of respect. Then they are willing to take on somebody that thinks they're important because they got money or a title.
Liz Hollander, what's important for us to take away from this PMD story?
I think there really is a vision of the city here that's very important. And it's a vision that says gentrification isn't the future of cities. The common understanding was that industry was dead in the city, and why would anybody put money into protecting it? And so those in the government sympathetic said to the community, you need everybody's backing. You need manufacturing's backing, you need laborers' backing, you need the upscale community to back it, and in fact the community did that task of getting everybody behind it.
We hear so much about the discontent in America today with politics, with government, but Jackie Crenshaw and Josh Hort have just revealed a group of people who are not content with discontent. They're trying to change things. Have you found that elsewhere?
Absolutely, absolutely. In the face of the cynicism, the disillusionment about the process of government, we're finding in little backwater communities, not just in Chicago, but in little rural communities in my state of Mississippi, for example.
I say you're getting personal. I come from down there.
There's a lot going on out there, unrecognized, unheralded, unrewarded, but where people are making a difference in the lives of the community in which they live.
Last word to you two. You want to say anything to these people?
Well, yeah, I think the other thing, as we talk about public policy, and particularly in urban areas, if we are going to give up on manufacturing in places like Chicago and other large cities, then what kind of future are we really leaving for our children? As we struggle now with how do we reform the Chicago public school system, you have to provide them with some hope, some opportunity that there is life once they graduate.
For all these people watching, hey, go out there and do it, because they're not going to wait for you to, they're not going to do it for you, and a good idea is not enough. You just got to get out there and push.
It isn't just